CFL family, how are you doing today? Welcome back to our channel and welcome back to our Vlogmas. That's right, we're taking the plunge and we're doing Vlogmas this year, so we've got some amazing videos lined up. So without further ado, here's one of them. So everyone does treats at Christmas time. You know, you got your traditional treats of like gingerbread men and cookies, shortbread cookies, all that sort of stuff, candy canes. Well, I'm taking a little bit of a poetic justice and we're going to do something. Now, my children aren't very big on gingerbread. Like, they love the taste, but they're always so hard. So I found a recipe and it gives you the taste of a gingerbread man without the hardness. It's called a soft molasses cookie. And man, are they scrumptious. So I thought I would share that with you all. Coming into the holiday season, you're in your baking moods and all this sort of stuff, and you got to get your holiday treat on. So this is a nice alternative, just in case you don't like the traditional gingerbread men. Because yes, it is a ball, but you can still decorate it, just like a Christmas bauble. So, that being said, we're going to go hop in the kitchen, and I'm going to show you guys how to make this soft molasses cookie. Alright, so as you can see, I've got my stand mixer out, and we're going to start by adding 3/4 of a cup of butter into the mixer. Now, I couldn't find my 3/4 cup measuring cup, so I'm using a 1/2 cup right now, and I'll add 1/4 of a cup as well. See? There's my little 1/4 cup. Told you you'd be seeing it. Next, we're going to want to add about a 1/2 cup of brown sugar and 1/4 cup of white sugar. And of course, you're going to want to mix it until it's nice and fluffy. Look at that, everyone. Nice and fluffy. So next, we're going to add 1/3 of a cup molasses. Yes, nice, dark, rich molasses. I'm using fancy molasses. Not sure if there are any other types of molasses, but yes, I used fancy molasses. And once again, time to mix them. Next, we add 1 egg. Usually, best to have it at room temperature. And of course, who can forget the vanilla? The recipe calls for 2 teaspoons, but you know what? I just kind of eyeball it. If I put too much, it's not a big deal. Time to mix again. So now we're going to start adding our dry ingredients. What you're seeing here is a container in which I have my baking soda. So you're going to want to add about 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda to your mix. Now, it does say to mix all the dry ingredients together and then add them, but I never follow recipes completely, so. Next, you're going to want to add about 2 teaspoons of ground ginger, 1.5 teaspoons of ground cinnamon, can't forget the cloves, but 1/4 teaspoon. Since I don't have 1/4 teaspoon, I kind of eyeball it. As well as 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg. Again, I have to eyeball it. Time to mix it all together again. Now that the mixing is all done, it is time to add our 2 1/4 cups of flour. I do that 1 cup at a time and mix, just so there's not a big mess and it incorporates nicely. And now that it's all done mixing and incorporating and getting all that yummy goodness together, it's time to scrape down the paddle and the sides of your mixing bowl. You want to make sure that you get all the yummy goodness off the paddle so you don't waste any of the cookie dough. Now let's move on to the next step. Now, the next step calls for you to take your dough and put it into some saran wrap. I don't have any in the house, so I've just pulled out a piece of tin foil, and as you can see, I'm just kind of trying to make the dough into a ball to get it out easier. Then you're going to transfer it to your aluminum foil or your cling wrap, as the case may be. And once again, make sure to scrape out as much of the dough as possible from your bowl. You do not want to waste any last drop of it. Alright, so now that we have done that, we're going to try and shape it into a little bit of a ball and get it into the middle of your tin foil, because you're going to want to be able to close it up and pretty airtight so it's nice and secure, and you need the excess room on the sides. So once that is done, just kind of fold your tin foil or your cling wrap up until it's nice and covered and, like I said, airtight so that nothing can get into it and it's nice and secure. Once you've done that, you take it and you put it in your fridge for about an hour. So let's see you when it's time to actually make the cookies. Alright, so as you can see, I've now taken out the dough. It's been about an hour or so, and I've got about a half a cup of white sugar sitting there in my bowl. So our next step is to open the dough, and as you can see, looks the same. It's just a little bit easier to work with and not as sticky. So that being said, you're going to want to take different types of chunks, about maybe a tablespoon of dough, maybe a little less, and you're going to want to roll them into balls. I'm a little bit of a perfectionist. So once it's rolled into a ball, you toss it into your sugar, and kind of like you would with a snickerdoodle, you roll it around until it's nice and coated, and then you take it and you transfer it onto your cookie sheet. To me, it looks a little bit like a Timbit. I don't know about the rest of you. So I'm just going to continue doing that, and we'll get these all done. That's right, everyone. I found a quicker way to coat them in sugar and less sticky on your fingers. Just kind of toss them around like you would a salad or anything like that, and then, or nudge them with your fingers, and then you don't get as much sugar on your hands when you're transferring. Isn't that amazing? Alright, now that I've done all of the cookies that I can on my baking sheets, I have some extra dough, so I'm going to stick it back in the fridge, let it get cool again, and make some more down the road. Once I have that done, I'm going to stick my cookies in a preheated oven of 350 degrees and let them bake for about 10 to 12 minutes depending on your oven. And there you guys have it. Don't those look great? Now these just came out of the oven, so they're still a little warm, and as you can see, they have a nice little bit of a softness yet crunch to them. Now this batch got a little burned on the bottom because I left it in for 11 minutes. But they were just as yummy.
We hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, think about giving it a thumbs up. It really does help us out. And if you're new here and you've checked out the channel, you've checked out the family, and you're enjoying not only Vlogmas, but the family togetherness that we bring you, then think about hitting that subscribe button. It's free and you can join our awesome CFL family. We're growing every single day and we love all of you and welcome anybody with open arms and open hearts. And if you are new here and you just hit that subscribe button, or if you are an OG and have forgotten to, don't forget to hit that notification button. It will let you know when we drop a new video all this month for Vlogmas and in the future. Because once Christmas is done, we have some exciting stuff coming up. We've got more cooking challenges, more family togetherness, and sooner or later, we will be planning a move. So to make sure you don't miss out on any of that family fun and chaos, make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss out. Well, that being said, I got a lot more Vlogmas to get up to, so I'll see everybody in the next one. Bye, everybody!